is described as the safest country in the world. I think a lot of YouTubers haven't covered this side of Singapore.
Look, there's even an adult store. Sexy toys. He did that on purpose, didn't he?
I know.
There's no leaves there.
The reason why is because it's such severe punishments.
5,000 if you're caught tooting.
For selling some sunglasses.
Hey guys, and good afternoon. We are in Singapore. It is a beautiful sunny day. It is so hot, but we got a special video for you today.
So this is described as the safest country in the world. We've spent a lot of time in China. From our own experience, we actually think China is the safest country in the world. As a tourist, we are going to find out today, we're going to test out today whether Singapore is the safest country in the world. We're currently at, probably in other cities, this is where most crime would be committed. This is a very tourist heavy street. It's called Arab Street. They're selling souvenirs. There's loads of tourists around there with phones hanging out their pockets like me. This is where crime would normally get committed.
But they're very strict here. They've got signs everywhere. No touting. I had to ask Ben what that was. I had no idea. But they're everywhere. Look, there's hefty fines here in Singapore. That's 5,000.
Is it?
5,000 if you're caught tooting.
For selling some sunglasses.
And that's just like a minor offence. So imagine a big offence here. That is why it's so safe here, because even the minor ones are hefty fines. So this is Arab Street with loads of souvenirs, very touristy, as Ben said. Very Turkish vibes. You've got the Turkish lights, Turkish restaurant, and Cyprus. Like the blue and white really makes me think of Cyprus.
So guys, obviously want to explain the rules. So today, we're not only testing it in these tourist areas, we're also going to go down some of the most notorious areas. There is an area called, I think it's called Geylang or something like that, which is the red light district.
Which is actually where we're staying.
Yeah, which is actually near where we're staying. So we're going to end the video walking there at night. So if anything is going to occur here in Singapore, it's going to be in that area there. They've got like an interesting way they're dealing with crime here in Singapore. They're really stamping down on like what you'd call like the small things. So smoking in a park, we saw a sign yesterday and it said 2,000 Singapore dollars you would get fined for smoking in a park in Singapore. There's also things like chewing gum.
I think chewing gum's illegal here.
Oh, chewing gum's illegal here, yeah.
They're just taking a picture, so we're giving them time. Thank you. Also, this one's like quite mental. On the metro, eating, I think, what was it? It was £300, so I think 500 Singapore dollars if you're caught eating and drinking on the metro.
Yeah, but their philosophy is, oh wait there. There's so many photos going on here. Yeah, their philosophy is if they stamp down on not like the small things, then big crime won't happen.
But it is a non-tolerant vaping country as well. You cannot have a vape. It is severe punishment if you have a vape. Like the fine is, I think it's well high, really high.
We're doing Singapore versus China. This also compares to Western countries as well. So both Singapore and China have got these strict laws and strict punishments for
stealing.
Yeah, for things like stealing, yeah. Whereas in the Western countries they haven't. That's why we have got a real problem with theft. I mean,
I think it's £700 you have to steal worth of goods in the UK for the police to even care.
And you won't even, I mean, the chances are you'll probably get a slap on the wrist, yeah. But here, both here and China, there's really severe punishments. That's why you don't get people stealing.
Hi guys, hope you're enjoying today's video. A quick pause while we hear from today's sponsor, eSIM.io. If you travel internationally, you probably know the struggle finding Wi-Fi, swapping SIM cards, or getting hit by crazy roaming charges. That's why I've started using eSIM.io, a travel connectivity app that gives you mobile internet in 190 plus countries. With just one eSIM installation, no physical SIM cards, no reinstalling every time you enter a new country. What makes it really cool is their main feature, One SIM. Basically, install the eSIM once and it works across multiple countries automatically. So whether you're hopping between destinations or traveling long term, you stay connected without doing anything. Inside the app, you have different options depending on how you travel. There's pay as you go, where you top up your balance and the app connects to the local network automatically. Or if you're staying somewhere longer, you can choose country plans, regional plans, or even global plans. If you want to try it out, I've got a discount code for you. Use code OTWD100 inside the app. Just go to my account, tap use reference, enter the code and then top up your balance. When you top up, you'll get 100% bonus added automatically. If you travel and want reliable data anywhere in the world, check out eSIM.io. Download it using the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Jaywalking is a big thing here. You will not see anyone crossing the road unless it's a green man. Like, we were out last night and it was like dead in the road and no one still crossed. Me and Ben was like, let's follow the locals and not jaywalk here, because I can imagine that fine is mental as well. Also, for like severe crimes, like drug related, Ben just said, drugs are strictly a no-no, in it?
Yeah, definitely. So there's certain drug offences are there, definitely. I mean, similar in other Asian countries as well, but yeah.
Thailand, in it?
Yeah, Thailand, Indonesia. Yeah, you can't, I mean, you don't see many drug offences in these countries. I think statistically it's close to zero.
Yeah.
But the reason why is because it's such severe punishments. Like, I mean, I'm not smoking a joint or doing a bit of whatever just to be executed.
Yeah, that's mental. And that's another thing that leads to less crime, because there's drugs are probably like 90% of like
it's
things that happen,
crime,
innit?
Yeah, it's a snowball effect. Gang related, gun crime, everything. So gun crimes,
related, innit?
gun crimes like zero here, as well as China as well as zero. I mean, there is the odd occasion.
UK, no guns.
UK is no guns, but we have a real problem with knife crime as well.
We have a really big problem with drugs.
I think that's
one of our worst things.
I think that's what it all boils down to. The same with America as well. You look on the streets of America and there's homeless people like zombies walking around. It all escalates into dealers, into crime,
it's all interlinked.
Oh yeah, it all starts down the bottom with drugs.
Yeah.
So getting rid of drugs out of your community is a big thing to stop crime.
Yeah, 100%. There's another thing, alcohol here. Alcohol is very highly taxed. Here you go, sign here for smoking. No smoking, you'll see a lot of these. This one hasn't actually got the fine on them, but some of them got hefty fines. So they got like certain zones where you can and can't smoke. I don't know where I'm going here, but I'm staying in the AC. Oh, it was hot along there.
Yeah, so alcohol is rather expensive here. I mean, especially compared to, obviously Malaysia's very heavily taxed, but then Thailand is a little bit cheap, a lot cheaper than it is here. But that's part of their philosophy to prevent crime. I mean, as well as drugs, alcohol also fuels crime. I mean, everyone gets a bit punchy after a few beers. I mean, I'm no saint myself. But
you're not punchy after a drink. You're just annoying.
I'm not.
He's wobbly.
No, I'm not. I am a little bit wobbly, but I'm like, I mean, most of the time people have, a fist fight or something or an argument. There's normally drink or drugs involved.
Another thing to point out for petty crime is the money is so good. People are paid so well here, and everyone has a job that no one's that desperate to steal from people. So the government takes care of the people here. So there's no desperation, there's no homeless, and no one needs to steal something because they can afford it themselves.
Sorry, I was just doing a little Google, because someone told us yesterday that they stopped serving alcohol at 10 p.m. and we were like, okay, is that bars or is that shops? So it turns out 7-Eleven and shops, all the supermarkets will stop you buying alcohol after 10 p.m, but you can go into a licensed bar and buy a beer after 10 p.m. Yeah, it's only shops, so I suppose it's unsupervised drinking, I suppose. So this is a big thing, right? Walking through this little underpass in the Western countries, you definitely would have a lot of like homeless people and drug related things and graffiti as well. You don't see no graffiti. There's a few people sat on the floor, but they're just chilling, getting out that, honestly, the most hottest day ever we've had since we've been there. But yeah, you don't see no graffiti, no vandalism. Obviously, like what we talked about, harsh punishments. People just thinking it's not worth it. Look how beautiful it is down there. Wow.
That's where I'm going, but it's not AC.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, how many countries have you been to that have underpasses with AC as well, and this sort of thing?
So like here, no fishing, fine $3,000 just for fishing. That's like a minor thing. Normally you wouldn't even get a fine, you just be like, don't fish here, and that's it, and it's left. And people will still fish there. We've just gone to the Merlion, very popular tourist spot, as you can see, shitloads of people there. But we wanted to come along here to see the Raffles building. It's like a boat at the top, the famous Raffles.
We ain't even seen it yet, have we?
No, it's the first time. We saw it from a distance yesterday. It's very beautiful along here. It's a bit overcast now, which is good. Like the heat isn't directly on us. Yesterday it rained pretty much all day. Lightning, thunder, completely different.
Another thing that contributes to the very, very, very low crime rate here in Singapore is 1.7 million of the 5 million residents here are on temporary visas or work visas. And obviously, if you're on these sort of visas, the last thing you want to do, literally the last thing, is commit crime and get kicked out of the country. I'm not just saying it, but even where we are now, it's a very, very, very beautiful place to live. And the economy's thriving here and the money's very good. Especially if you come from, they have a lot of people who come here from India, Pakistan, a lot of countries where the wages are a lot smaller than Singapore. Yeah, living here is like a dream come true. It's like the it's like the thing that it's life changing for a whole person's whole family. So you're not gonna put that at risk and commit crimes. But yeah, look how many tourists are here to see this lion. This lion's very famous apparently. Reanne told me. So whatever she says, I just believe.
So we have just walked across the Jubilee Bridge in celebration of Singapore's 50th year of independence. From 2015 that was. So
1965.
it's like 11 years old.
Yeah, 1965. Is that right? 1965? Yeah, it's right, isn't it?
We've got to get the picture of Ben eating the water. All right, down. Oh no, go forward. All right, head up a bit more. That's it. Stop. It's actually really nice here because the water from the fountain is splashing you and cooling you down a bit.
By the way, people, that Reanne smudged her mascara. I haven't given her a black eye. Even though I want to sometimes. No, I ain't giving her a black eye.
My eyes are watering from the sun because I still ain't got no sunglasses.
There is the elephant in the room, which we haven't touched on, which I think is worth touching on.
We normally avoid this subject.
We do normally avoid it because it is a controversial subject and people might, in the comments, say stuff and that, and we don't really need it. We don't need it in our life. Like China, Singapore is also a secular country, so there is no official religion. Practicing religion publicly isn't done, similar to China. Does that make it safer?
It stops conflict.
It probably contributes to less feuds and arguments and stuff and different groups or whatever.
Because if you walk down our high street at home, there'll be people preaching religion, which he did that on purpose, didn't he?
I don't know.
There's no leaves there. But yeah, if you walk down our high street, you'll see someone preaching religion, which doesn't need to be done, does it? Keep your religion to yourself.
Yeah, I feel like religion's a very personal thing. Yeah, we're not going to go too much into it, but secular countries, statistically, are not necessarily safer. I know, like we've just said. So you've got Singapore, you've got China, you've now got Turkey, which actually surprised me. But yeah, Turkey is a secular country, and you've also got France. So Singapore, China are both very, very, very safe countries. But France, on the other hand, is full of crime. So you can't really put these two things directly together. But I do think, personally, I think it does contribute.
So that sign just said back there, it's an enforcement parking camera and it's a fine of up to $3,000 and you lose 3 points as well. How mental is that? The only way to lose points in the UK is like, I don't know, speeding, being on your phone, no seatbelt. But you wouldn't ever lose points, I don't think, for parking wrong. You just get fined. All right, guys, we've made it to the garden by the bay where the famous trees are. We're waiting for the light show. We're like an hour early. We haven't known what to do with ourselves for the last 4 hours. We've literally like wandered around like moors and all that. I've done so much walking. It's unreal. But look, we're here. This is the famous trees that you have to go. So you can go to these observation decks up here. You can get tickets and pay. Also, you can see the raffles over there. We've got quite a good bit. I think we're going to get the good light show here. But back to safety on Singapore, one of the main things is the police here. The police are highly respected by everyone here, which is mental really. Like in the UK, we don't respect our police really, because they're like,
No, they don't get enough respect really.
the police are very highly thought of here, and they do have like a society police kind of system, so they get the neighbourhood involved, so you can go on courses and be like a first response before the doctors, hospitals, or ambulance, police or anything comes. So it's sorted 45% quicker than it normally is, which I think is actually quite genius.
That's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, so if there's an emergency, like cardiac arrest, like there's more people around who know how to deal with it until like the main response can come and help. And obviously with the police, there's a lot more people that are on like crime watch kind of thing. I don't know what they call it here, but they're like helping the police, making sure their country's safe. They want to live in a safe country.
Like vigilantes.
Vigilantes, like Batman and Spider-Man, there's like that, but not wearing cape.
Also, I wanted to add about this goes for like China, Singapore, and places like Thailand and stuff, like places we've visited. The culture here is different. Like, the people are very, like, they don't want to shame their family. Do you know that makes sense?
Yeah.
I mean, becoming.
It's quite like China.
Yeah, like being a criminal or something like that is a big shame to the family. So culturally, away from, like we say about surveillance, obviously surveillance makes a big part of it, and the system. They have like you say, a high trust for society. But another big part is not putting a bad name on you and your family. So it all works together. Culture, surveillance, high trust society, all trust in the police. All in one is trust in the system, and everyone behaves and everyone gets on and everyone has, obviously, look at it now. Everyone's living a great, normal life and no one's threatened or feels unsafe. Everyone's happy.
On the floor.
Yeah, like that's why places like this have a very happy, easy life. It's just a very nice place to live, isn't it?
I have to say as well, like we've seen cameras, but it hasn't been like a lot. Has it?
No, it's not. Comparing it to China, it's not the same. Like you don't see cameras everywhere.
No, so like as we say, the society helped the police a lot, so they don't need as many cameras because they've got the vigilantes watching as well, I'm guessing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Gardens by the Bay presents Garden Rhapsody. Watch the signatories come to life as we unveil the dazzling showcase of lights and musical trees. Tonight we present Opera in the Gardens.
We got away a few minutes early before the tree show finished. It was absolutely amazing. It's opera as well, and it lights up with the music. Brilliant, fantastic, highly recommend it. It's about 15 minutes long, 7:45 and 8:45 twice a night. Go during the week, it's meant to be quiet, but it was still well busy there, so I can't imagine it on the weekend. But we're just getting the MRT. We've like run ahead before it gets too busy with everyone there coming. I spoke too fast. We're just heading on the metro. It looks like there's like people practicing dances here. Yeah.
Doing their TikTok, aren't they?
They're actually really good. Ooh, dance group. Oh yeah. So obviously all the lights are quite good for the effect.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch.
So this is MRT here in Singapore. So the difference here between China, no security check, as well as China, but they're different to Western countries. It's very well lit. There's no homeless people. There's no drug addicts, graffiti, none of that. Very clean actually. I haven't seen any litter since I've been in China, been in Singapore actually.
We've got to get the metro back, 4 stops, and then a 16-minute walk. But as you see, no rubbish anywhere. As we say, hefty fine if you do.
And also, no security here. So normally when we're in China, we've got to go through a security check. No security, go straight through.
Just tap your card.
Actually, no rubbish, no litter at all, but there's also no bins. No bins whatsoever. So it's similar to China and Japan. They both have the same sort of idea, but you plan ahead. So you don't, if you've got rubbish, you put it in your pocket and you get rid of it when you get home. And there's no excuses, because you get a hefty fine. Freaking empty.
It's fucking empty.
Right, we just had to get off the train one stop early. We've got a 25-minute walk. So we are staying in an area called Geylang. It's quite a notorious area. It's part of the red light district. And according to the internet, it's the most dangerous area in Singapore. If you can call any area in Singapore dangerous. So we are going to be walking 25 minutes. We actually want to get some food. So I'm hoping that some of the hawker centres are still open because I'm absolutely starving.
I do want to clarify that we aren't like risking our lives or anything. When we say dangerous, like pickpocket or maybe, or a bit of, I think it's a bit of a red light district area.
It's probably more like fights and drunkenness.
Yeah, it's not like we're going to get stabbed or shot. It's not dangerous. We're not being idiots. It's where we're living. H&M.
Quiet around here. I mean, like footfall. There's not a lot of people. Obviously, all the shops are closed. You see this big, massive stadium here. I don't know, like, what sort of events they have there. I'm assuming they have like big shows because I watched a vlog by I think Travel with Chris. Shout out Travel with Chris. But he said that he went to watch. I was about to say someone really famous. Couldn't remember. Makes me seem well old. But Lady Gaga, yeah. So I assume it was in that stadium. Isn't that volleyball over there?
Well, this is the sports centre.
Yeah, but I know.
It's the sports volleyball people over there. Don't start walking around here with your McDonald's. You feel like crap.
Yeah, I know.
Here you go. Going for a jog.
Run.
How cool is this?
It's very, obviously we spoke yesterday about it being very green, but there's a lot of parks, there's definitely a lot of places for outside activity. Obviously you've got the weather, that's a massive difference between like life in a cold country. Sometimes you look at the weather and you're like, nah.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
And also they have got a lot of undercover walking. So when you're walking, a lot of the like gangways will be covered.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's the sun as well to protect you from the sun and the rain.
Yeah.
They think of everything.
They definitely get a lot of rain here as well. We've had a lot of rain there as well.
Yeah, we've had rain every day,
Yeah,
but we
rain.
have only been here 2 days.
Exactly, 2 days, rain every day. People that are watching this, whether you're from Singapore, whether you're from China or any other Asian country, you might think, well, even a Western country, whatever, but you might think, what is he on about? Like safety and that. It's hard. The time now is 8:30 at night. We're walking through a park. Why is it even a thing? Why do you even have to mention safety? Well, a lot of places, especially in England where we come from,
Parks will be full of drunks.
they'll be full of drunks. There'll also be incidents where people will get mugged or women will get sexually assaulted. It happens in Western countries. It also happens in countries around the world. I'm not saying which countries, but it does happen. And I know there will be rare cases where it does happen in countries like this, but we feel a lot more comfortable in places like this, doing this, which is, it's really nice to do this job when you feel comfortable. At the moment, I'm holding a camera, for us, a very expensive camera. Freely, I don't feel nervous or I'm not fearful about anyone's going to snatch it off me.
Expensive than your camera.
Yeah, well, exactly. Rianne's got an expensive bag, and you can have these luxuries. When I do this, when we filmed videos in London and that before, and we've got a strap that goes on the camera around your wrist. You can't be too careful. Your strap's around the wrist. Anyone snatches it, they're pulling your hand off as well.
Also, I've had my phone. Oh, sorry.
Rianne, if you're not ready, don't get involved.
Also, I've had my phone in my back pocket all day because my bag's already overflowing with crap. So
Yeah.
all day, and I ain't even thought twice about it. Should really be more careful.
Yeah. And to be fair, we've only been here 2 days, and we probably don't know enough about this country. We're going on what we've heard in the media, rather than our own experiences.
We don't listen to the media. We test it ourselves.
Got like the most random bar there. That's no one's in, but it's playing music. Pretty empty streets.
We're just on like the side street. This is like 2 or 3 roads for us, but once you get to this main road up here, it's pretty mental. It's like dead during the day because obviously everyone's gone to work, and now it's gone alive in. It's kind of like we're in Little India here. We're not in Little India though, but it's like we are.
Feels like they are. But these are all residential buildings, literally everywhere. So when people show you Singapore on YouTube and stuff, they don't really show you these areas. So for every, like we said earlier, there's like 1.7 million people that have immigrated here for work and for other reasons, whatever, and they live in these sort of these accommodations.
Look, there's even an adult store. Sexy toys. Oh my God, Ben just spotted that. Yeah, I told you, this is like kind of the red light area on the low key. It's obviously why Ben booked it. Not really, I booked it because it was the cheapest accommodation. We're staying one in the Ibis here. Budget friendly, cheap, cheerful and tidy. I'll show you it when we get back. We've got loads of food places. As I say, a lot of it's Indian food. We've got a flight tomorrow, so I'm definitely not eating Indian food. Could do with like a kebab or something. You'll find something, I'm sure. There's loads of places to eat. Here you go, we've got another adult shop across the road. 277 KTV. A lot of like KTVs and like nightlife around there. So up here you see the ladies out for massages. Viewers.
Dorian,
Smells.
Reanne,
Ben.
traditional Chinese massage.
We've got another adult shop there. So you have loads of massage. Like, the rooms are really dark and empty. It's really eerie and weird. This area is very different to central Singapore. We're actually trying to find somewhere to eat. I'm a little bit fussy, as you probably know, and I'm not eating Indian food before I travel tomorrow. I think I saw a kebab shop up here the other day. I'm not sure though. But it's 10 times busy. It's so busy around here. So many more people come out in the evening.
I would say I just want to like jump on something. So, would you feel safe here walking on your own?
Yeah, I think it's busy enough, it's light enough, and no one actually feels like threatening. Like, I can't imagine anything happening. It just feels very different in this area compared to the other area.
Yeah.
I imagine there's not as many cameras and things getting picked up. Like, there's rubbish here. Like, there actually is a bit of rubbish on the floor, which is a bit weird.
It's definitely a different side of Singapore. Like, I think a lot of YouTubers haven't covered this side of Singapore. We're talking about China versus Singapore and safety aspects. I would definitely. We've travelled to 21 provinces in China, so we know China very well. This is only our second day in Singapore. Absolutely no problems with safety whatsoever we've had in either country. So it's hard to really say which one I would say would feel safer, but to be honest, I think they're actually both really safe.
Quick stop for dinner before we head home. Ben's gone for the lemon chicken, rice and egg. We found like this Hong Kong kind of local style restaurant. Seems pretty good. Is it nice?
Yeah, it's unreal. I knew as soon as we walked in this place, looks a little bit grubby and that, I knew this food was going to be banging. I said it.
I picked it.
And also, they sell 2 different Chinese beers.
Right, I've got my meal as Ben's just finished his. First of all, I don't care. It looks really good. So we've got rice, egg, cucumber and pork. Looks amazing.
Right, that was actually well nice.
I'm so full, I couldn't actually fill in.
Can't even speak.
That was actually so nice, but I couldn't even finish it, and that isn't like me. It was really nice, actually. All right, so this is the area that we're actually staying in, and there's millions of bikes just everywhere. It's so literally random. Some of them's locked up, some of them ain't. Some of them are rusty, some are missing wheels, but
Millions.
millions. This is our hotel here. So we're staying in the Ibis. There's loads of these budget ones all over the place. This is the Ibis Budget Pearl. He's doing my nutting, so I'm going in front of him. Let's go. Let's show you what you can get for £60 in Singapore. About an hour walk out of the city. Alright, so we're on the 8th floor and we're just down there. They have this thing where you unlock your room with your phone. Come on, Ben.
It's quite a contrast though. When we done that, we were like, wow, this is going to be so like modern and that. How about
No, don't be silly. The good thing is though, we can leave the card in and keep the AC on because it's so hot. And this is the only lights. There's no lights over here by our bed, which is random. That's it.
Is it?
Is it all you get?
Is it?
£60 a night in Singapore. It's clean though. We got like a wet room shower, kettle, fridge safe, all our stuff spread out everywhere, and a bed. It's alright bed. It's not the comfiest bed in the world, and I wouldn't want to keep it, and I wouldn't want to sleep here any longer than I'm already sleeping. But it does the job, doesn't it?
God, don't you go on. Don't you go on. Right, I'm going to end the video. We're going to Australia tomorrow. So if you want to see some content for our first ever time in Australia, and I know we've got Australian fans, and I know we've also got Australian people that don't like us. So whoever you are, yeah, make sure you watch the next video. and we've also got more stuff to come. We've got more stuff to come from China. We're going back to China, and we're going to many other countries. And if you just want to see travel in general, subscribe.
But back to, oh God, look at the tour group. Look at a massive tour group joining. Oh God, I hope they don't see us.
Right, we just had to get off like a station